what does it take to write a great story?
The power of good yarns, good narratives to pull people in is incredible. And I think my sort of amateur theory is that it's an evolutionary development, that if you're, a cave person sitting around a fire in the Rift Valley a million years ago, if you can tell the story of how you escaped from the hyenas, or how Uncle Bob, didn't escape from the hyenas, and if the people listening to you can take that in and they can build that scenario in their heads like a kind of virtual reality and see what you're describing, then you've just conferred an incredibly important advantage on the people who've heard that story.
Yeah.
Right. And so they know a bunch of stuff now about how to stay alive that they could not have learned in any other way. Mm-hmm. I mean, animals who don't have speech, though, they might warn each other. They might make a sound that says danger, danger. But as far as we know, they can't tell more complicated stories.
So it's a part of us. Yeah. The collective intelligence seems to be one of the key characteristics of Homo sapiens, the ability to share ideas and hold ideas together in our minds. And storytelling is the fundamental aspect of that. Maybe even language itself is more fundamental.
Yeah.
Because the language is required to do the storytelling. Or maybe they evolve together.
Maybe they co-evolve. Yeah. So I think that you've got to work with that. And I think sometimes it seems like in kind of literary circles that having a lot of plot is a little bit frowned upon as it's pulpy or it's exploitative. But for me, I don't have any compunctions whatsoever about that. I like stories that are grabby and fun and exciting to read. And once you've got one of those going, once you've got a good yarn going that people will enjoy reading, then you're free to do whatever you want in the frame of that story. But if you don't have that, then you got nothing.
What about having which you do, a technological scientific rigor, like to the accuracy in as much as possible? How does that add to Bob telling the story, or telling the story about Bob around the campfire?
Well, the main thing that it does is present little details that you might not have come up with on your own. So if you're just sitting there freely imagining things, your brain probably isn't going to serve up the wealth of details and the resulting complications and surprises that the real world is constantly presenting us with. And so, in my case, if I'm trying to write a story about that involves some technology like a rocket or orbital maneuvers or whatever, then delving into those details eventually is going to turn up some weird, unexpected, thing that gives me material to work with, but also subliminally readers who see that are going to be drawn in more because they're going to find that, I didn't see that coming, it's got some of the complexity and surprise value of the real world.
Yeah, it does something. Alex Garland, director who directed Ex Machina. I think about AI movies, and the more care you take in making it accurate, the more compelling the story becomes somehow. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe because it becomes more real to the people writing the story. Maybe it just makes you a better writer.
The key to any storytelling is getting the readers to suspend their disbelief. And there's all kinds of triggers and little tells that can break that.
Right.
And once it's broken, it's really hard to get it back. A lot of times that's the end. Somebody will just close the book and not pick it up.